Hi guys, hi everyone. Thank you very much. I'm very, very belittled and humbled by everyone that's watched our videos in 224. I want to tell you a little story about my grandfather. My grandfather came here in 1925. So he came here from a little island called Lipari, which is in Isilioli in Sicily, which sits below Calabria and above Sicily. There's 7 little islands there. He came here in 1925. And his first goal was to learn the English language when he got here, because he knew that if he couldn't converse in English, he wouldn't be viable to someone who wanted to employ him or to buy property or whatever. And he came here with 60 shillings in his pocket. So that's roughly about 60 cents. Doesn't sound much, but at the time it was a little bit of money, and it went a long way. In relation to, it probably didn't go it didn't go a long way literally, but it went a long way then, enough to give him time to get a job and get a place to live, etc. So what I find now is we're getting lost in the fact that when my nunu came here, he felt benevolent, or felt that benevolence had been given to him because a Western country had allowed him in. And he came here in the time when the mafia in New York was really getting out of hand, and he had the North and South fighting in New York. And his father, my pro-nunu, my grand-nunu, was living over in New York. And my grandfather, my nunu, was going to go over to New York, and they'd stop the boats going to New York because they'd cut off all Italians getting into New York. So he had a choice of Australia or Canada. So he came here and he felt ingratiated that this country had accepted him. In moving forward, what I found today, and I listened to Peter Dutton's interview today with Tom Elliott on 3AW, and Peter Dutton said a few things. And I'm not anti anybody. What I am is pro the country that I live in. Peter Dutton said that if I become Prime Minister, when I stand on the podium, there'll be one flag, the Australian flag. You win. You win. He goes, we are a multicultural race. We support everybody. We favour nobody. And he goes, we don't favour the minority. We favour what's right. So whether you're pro-Greens, pro-Liberal or pro-Labor, that type of concept or thought process, I think, is very pure Westernism. And that's why people like my grandfather came here. So in moving forward into 25, I think we need to be more tolerant. And when the minority speak above the majority and make it very loud and very abusive, very caustic and very detrimental and harmful to the others that are in the community, that's completely unacceptable behaviour. Otherwise, go back to where you came from. But don't come to our country when we've all amalgamated our spirits, the Aussies, the Italians, the Polacks, the Greeks, the Maltese, everybody else that's either Chinese, and we've all amalgamated and we work within that realm. So there has to be some respect for the country that you decide to reside in. And that's all I'm saying. And it'd be nice that if we wake up in 2025 on the 1st of January, that we didn't have any protests, that we didn't have carjackings and a whole range of other things where they insinuate that certain nationalities do it or whatever. Wouldn't it be nice to wake up for a day or two and have some clarity in the fact that we're all one nation and that we're all doing the right thing together? And you know what will happen out of that? Business will propagate greater. We'll be more affluent. We'll be able to look after our families better. We'll be more in sync and in union. And different nationalities will do more business. And one nationality won't be ostracised from another. It's a really simple philosophy. But when you have a look at it, when you're at war, just to give you a stat that is mind-blowing, there are 110 active military interactions on the planet at the moment today. 110. And wouldn't it be nice if Australia was one of the countries that didn't flaunt the political weakness in relation to minorities speaking out and being abusive to another nationality, burning down churches or synagogues, abusing or going to rallies and belting other nationalities. Wouldn't it be nice that we just had a bit of that calmness and the respect for humanity? So when humanity doesn't reign supreme, we weaken. And there's a very old philosophy. When you cater for the elderly and you cater for your children, the economy and the humanity and the community live greater, are greater, and provide greater. And maybe we need to think about that. And part of the problem that I think we've got is some of the things that I see on TV is when people are protesting and all that, and they can't even tell you the location of the country and what seas border it, etc. I have to say, get a job, go to work, make some money, love somebody, create a family, and put something back into the community. God bless. Happy 225.